Well, hi again. Here we are, Sunday, March 7th. We're still in Lent, preparing for Easter. Lent is a time when we stop and reflect on our sinful ways and remember why we need Jesus to save us. If we think about being in a court, the hammer and the gavel are often found in a courtroom on a judge's desk. Judges interpret laws and have the authority to punish people who break the laws. When we sin, we break the laws that our loving God gave to keep us safe. Let's say a prayer quickly. God, we make mistakes every day, and we desperately need your forgiveness. Hear our prayer. Today's lesson is about the Ten Commandments, and you'll find that in the book of Exodus, the second book in the Bible, Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 through 17. And in those verses, it explains all the Ten Commandments which God gave to Moses. Moses went up on the mountain, spent 40 days there while God prepared 2 tablets with the 10 commandments on them. And you should go over your commandments. They are in there, but I'll read them quickly. Commandments, thou shalt have, number 1, remember that God saves you. Don't worship other gods. And number 2, don't worship idols. Back in those days, they worshiped idols a lot. And God didn't like that. So he said, don't make statues and things. Don't worship idols. And number 3, don't use swear words. Don't use God's name in vain. And number 4, keep the Sabbath day holy. Number 5, obey your parents. Number 6, don't murder. Number 7, don't cheat on your husband or wife. Number 8, don't steal. Number 9, don't lie. And number 10, don't wish you had other things that people have. So do not covet other things. These are all commandments that nowadays we should be living by those same laws all the time. If you see your little leaflet here that you were given for this week, there's 3 sections for you to write down a law. Number 1, which is the most important law to you? Number 1, number 2, and number 3. Which laws do you think are most important? God had Moses go to Mount Sinai, and that's where God gave him the 10 Commandments. And on the inside of your leaflet, there's 2 tablets, and there are a section just numbered 1 and 2 on each tablet. And I'd like you to write in there the most important commandment or rule that you think would be good nowadays. In the first one, it says, living my relationship with God. I put down number 1, to worship only him, and number 2, not to use God's name in vain. You put down what you think is most important. And in the second tablet, it's commandments or rules that you think would be important to live out your relationship with others. And for number 1, I put be kind, love one another. And number 2, to be truthful, don't lie. Those are important to me. You can put down what you think is important to you. The 10 Commandments were given to God's people long ago, These laws are just as important today. It may help you to think of the 10 Commandments not as something you have to do, but as something you get to do. The questions, which are in here, the questions on your square are related to the laws that God gave to us through Moses. Write one way that you can live out the commandment by answering each question. So there are 10 questions here. And answer those and see how you can relate to those laws and find out which ones are easiest for you to follow and try and follow all of them. So to sum this up, and today we learned about the 10 important laws God gave us. Keeping these laws helps us love God and others. And remember, God hears your confession and promises to always forgive you. Let's finish with prayer. God, thank you for your commandments to love you and love others. Help us keep your laws and help us know that you forgive us when we fall short. Amen. Have a good week.